Ooh, I gotta give you guys a confessional today, a confession. So check it out, man. I'm wearing what is probably my best watch, my favorite in my collection. If I could only have one, just because it clicks all the boxes, checks all the boxes. The Seiko Steelmaster SBDC 125, and make sure you guys can see me here. And I've been looking at the Blue Dial Brother, and I was on Just Watch, and the gentleman is showing the Blue Dial 127, the SBD 127. This is the 125. And at the end of his video, he just throws in a little size comparison between the 42 millimeter Seiko and the he has an Omega Aqua Terra, and I'm looking at it, and in that moment I lost all interest in the Seiko. I lost all interest in it, and it exposed me, it revealed me as a complete fraud. I'm not even a Seiko guy. I'm an Omega Aqua Terra guy, and if you guys do a Google search, you can find video footage of me walking in slow motion to my mailbox, getting my mail, and you can hear the theme music to Inside Edition. I'm walking in slow motion, and I'm wearing an Omega Aqua Terra, and I'm a complete fraud. This whole YouTube Seiko channel is a fraud. It's just a ruse. It's chicanery. I'm a charlatan. I do this just to keep my wife happy. Oh, he's got a little Seiko hobby. That's cool. She has no idea I'm rocking a $5,000 Omega Seamaster Aqua Terra GMT 43mm black dial with a coaxial movement, that in-house movement. What is it, the 8605 or something? Whoa! Oh yeah, you only need to service it every 10 years for $400. I'm there, baby. I'm there. So I'm a complete fraud. I'm not even a Seiko guy. This whole channel is a ruse. I thought I'd confess that today, but I digress. I digress. What I really wanted to tell you is that I kind of learned a lesson from going to that Just Watch channel and being electrified by that Omega. What I realized is that when it comes to watches, there's really nothing intellectual about it. There's nothing sophisticated about it. Or animals. The id in psychology is raw desire. And if you're coming to my channel for sophisticated intellectual watch talk, you're in the wrong place. Because I'm an animal. I'm a caveman, or to be more accurate, I'm a cookie monster. Do you remember Sesame Street? If you're about my age, you might have watched it. The cookie monster, cookies, and then it rains all these cookies over him. Well, I'm the watch monster. If I had a professional YouTube channel, I would dress up as the watch monster, and my intro would be, it would rain Rolexes and Omegas and high-end Seikos all over me. You know, I'm the watch monster, it just rains. And of course, as a monster, my appetites are never sated. You know, this is really, you know, my love for watches is really about raw appetites. And so, I'm a watch monster. And here's my question for you. From one watch monster to another. I assume you're a watch monster too, because that's why you're probably watching this. You probably have some watch monster tendencies at the very least. So here's my question. As someone who loves watches as I do, are you a watch nibbler or a watch feaster? Do you like to nibble on watches or feast? Now, I was thinking about this. You know, I kind of compromise. I kind of settle with my watches. I don't get the real stuff. What I mean is, you know, all my watches are nice. You know, if I had to grade them, I'd give them like a B+. They're good enough. I mean, they don't give me anxieties. They don't have a lot of service costs, or they don't appear to be scratch magnets. You know, on balance, they're pretty good. But I'm a nibbler because I'm always nibbling at what I look at as bait, you know, shark bait. I'm not eating the shark, I'm just nibbling on the bait. I'm not really getting the shark, and I've always kind of felt that way. It's kind of fun being a nibbler. You get to be a member of the Watch of the Month Club. You got a new watch coming in every month or so. And now it was funny, I was thinking, I have 3 watches on my wish list. I have the blue dial version of this, which is $1,200, and then I got a couple of Citizen Atessa watches that I really like a lot. One's a chronograph, one's a non-chronograph, and I was thinking the total of those 3 watches is $3 grand. And if I nibble on those 3 watches, once the honeymoon's over, I'm going to want another $1,000 watch, and that gets pricey. That gets really expensive. And I was thinking, what have I feasted on my very favorite watch? Right now, as we speak, my favorite watch won't be any surprise to you. It's the Omega Seamaster Aqua Terra GMT black dial, 43 millimeters. Pretty thick. It's 14 millimeters thick. It's about 51 millimeters north to south, so it has a lot of wrist presence. And you know, the conventional wisdom is stop being a nibbler, be a feaster. And a feaster is someone who they get their Game of Thrones watch. You guys watch Game of Thrones? You got to get the throne, man. You don't settle for shark bait when you can sit in the throne. And you know, when you spend $5,000 on a watch, you're asserting a lot of power and a lot of dominance and a lot of aggression from a Darwinian level. Remember, this channel is more about the id, less about the intellect. And so the wisdom is, if you're a feaster, you actually save money in the long run because you're spending $5K to feast on your Aqua Terra as opposed to just nibbling and nibbling and nibbling, boom, boom, boom. So I've talked to people who've joined the feast table, who've gone to the feast, and they tell me it's not so simple. When you get your feasting watch, your Game of Thrones watch, that watch gets kind of lonely. You know, it's all alone. It needs company, they tell me. And they end up nibbling and feasting at the same time, which makes sense because we've all been invited to dinner parties, and you know, there's appetizers, and then there's the feast. You know, we want it all, don't we? We don't nibble or feast. We want both. So there's a lot of arguments, though, to be made for me getting an Aqua Terra. Number one is just, as one of my friends said, YOLO. You only live once. That's number one. Number two, stop settling for mediocrity when you have the finances to get what you want. That's a strong argument. Getting what you want, well, I don't know if it would work or not, would make you stop being a nibbler. I doubt that would work. I would still want to nibble because I'm a watch monster. Cookies. I'm a monster. Will I get an Aqua Terra? Well, I can give you some circumstances in which I would get one. If I was a professional golfer and I was being interviewed by Jim Nance, definitely I'd be rocking a 43 millimeter Aqua Terra, because when I talk to Jim Nance, I want to rock that Omega. If I'm going to be in the sequel, if I'm going to be the lead character in the sequel to World War Z and I'm saving the world, I want to wear that Omega. If I am a reality TV star in Real House Husbands of Beverly Hills, I'm rocking that Omega. Let's see, what others? Oh, if I have a professional YouTube watch review channel and I'm reviewing high-end Swiss watches and I deliver this amazing voice, like I have the voice of Vincent Price, definitely rocking an Omega. But I'm not going to lie to you guys, man. 99% of the time, I'm just slogging around my house. I don't know if I can rock an Omega, just slogging around my house. You know what my big duties of the day are? Toasting a Hot Pocket for my twin daughters, or my twin daughters want me to go into their bathroom to kill a daddy long-legged spider. Can you imagine me rocking an Omega Aqua Terra while I'm killing a daddy long-leg? It's pretty much my life right now. So I'm fascinated by the feast. I think I'm going to write a book about watches called I Am the Watch Monster. Now, I wrote one a year and a half ago called Watch Addiction Rules, all about watch addiction. I think I'll post the link to that. I haven't posted the link to that other book on watch addiction in a while. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I got some questions for you before I get out of here. Are you a watch monster? Is the id performing a prominent role in your watch obsession and watch addiction? Are you nibbling, or are you feasting, or are you doing both? These are the questions that are on my mind today, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me what you think. Until next time, I'm out.